Former leader of the U.S. extremist group Proud Boys has been sentenced to 17 years in prison over the January 6 Capitol attack. Prosecutors say Joseph Biggs was a key figure in the violent attempt to overturn the 2020 election results. This is one of the longest sentences handed out in the Capitol riot cases. Biggs and 4 other Proud Boys members were already convicted of seditious conspiracy in May. For more, I can now talk to DW's Janelle DeMalawan in Washington. Janelle, what was the court's reasoning for this decision?
Indeed, as you said there, this is one of the harshest penalties handed out in relation to the January 6 cases. Worth pointing out, there are over 1,000 of these cases. And it really has to do with the gravity with which the judge saw Biggs's role in helping to instigate the attack on the Capitol. The judge in this case, Judge Timothy Kelly, called it a national disgrace. He says that that day harmed an American custom that was meant to support the rule of law and the Constitution. He said that it harmed the American tradition of the peaceful transfer of power and that tradition is now lost. He also said that because Biggs tore down a fence that allowed rioters to get through, that represented a deliberate and meaningful step to disrupt the electoral vote counting going on in the Capitol. And that brought him to a sentence of 17 years, only the second harshest, with the first belonging to Stuart Rhodes of the Oath Keepers, who got 18 years.
Yeah. Many see former President Donald Trump partly responsible, at least, for the riots. Could this verdict have an effect on his legal troubles on one hand and his ambitions of returning to the White House in 2024 on the other?
Indeed, Donald Trump's case relating to January 6, of course, is ongoing. And just to refresh our memories, he's been charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States and with attempting to obstruct official proceedings. That is the vote count in this case. And of course, his name came up in Biggs's trial as well. Biggs's defense team said that Donald Trump sold them on a lie, referring, of course, to the lie Donald Trump spread about a stolen 2020 election. Now, it's hard to say for sure how this verdict will impact Trump's own case, but what it does do is it augments a narrative of Trump's role in January 6. Worth noting also that the January 6 case for Donald Trump was complicated logistically anyway. His trial date is set for March 4. That is a day before Super Tuesday, when several states hold their Republican primaries. So that was already going to be complicated. And as I say, it's really difficult to assess just how much of an influence this particular case will have on Donald Trump's trajectory. But it will keep his name in the national attention in connection to January 6, which cannot be helpful for him.
Janelle, thank you so much.